least I assume I'm live to the world. Although, I probably wasn't actually playing this last. Oh, no, sweet. It actually did do the right thing. Because notoriously, Twitch never wants to say the right thing.
You've been playing more RGH, right?
Yes, I have. Also, I'm getting my ass kicked by a clan fear, apparently. I'm actually liking it quite a bit. I don't know exactly why I'm liking it, but I'm liking it.
Here's a question. What level are you?
I am 18 or 19, one of the two.
Okay. And how many abilities do you have?
Not very many. I have not even a full hotbar's worth. Like, I have 6 abilities, I think.
So by 18 or 19 in Rift, you have probably, what?
Oh, Jesus.
2
like
hotbars worth?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's insane. So there's definitely fewer, like, I'm not getting a lot of skill points to spend. I wish I were getting more.
What game did I just start? Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's a boss here somewhere. And I don't know where he is. I've had some weird issues with Cold Harbor. Like, there's been a couple quests that were... the indicators weren't exactly clear as to where I wanted to go. I guess the thing I probably need to figure out is how to do a raid group. Since, you know, the intent is to do Cyrodiil tonight. I have no idea how to do a raid group. I know it's possible to do a raid group. Man, that's some crazy shit. Okay, yeah, those were not solid bricks. I fell through. Okay, so I have no idea where that sky shard's even gonna be.
Oh, that's unanticipated. Landmarkers on Steam is an early access game.
Really? That's crazy.
With the same packs as you can buy through SOE's site on Steam.
I noticed it's now the game that NVIDIA is showing off on the pre-load screen for their drivers because they installed a new beta driver. They're supposedly talking about either, I guess it's today during the stream, they're talking about the combat systems they're putting in. At that point it might be interesting. I mean, it's still an interesting game, but it's just a kind of a toy right now.
It feels confused in a lot of ways. Like, not just that there's not a whole lot to do right now other than build stuff, but also it's like theming. Even the Founders Pack clothes show this.
Hey, man.
Hi.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
I can hear you. Hi, Warren.
Hey, Ash.
Hi,
I'm
Bill streaming.
Level 9 and 1.4 million.
Who?
Gotta do better than that.
No, in my current in-progress game.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad.
What's this now?
Pixel Purge.
Ah.
Because you try and keep your levels low.
So yeah, Bell, I was totally sold on Wolfenstein because of the alternate history aspect of it.
Oh, totally. What was that book from the 90s, Fatherland?
Yeah.
That was the alternate history of what happened if Kennedy hadn't died, and neither had Hitler. It was totally an interesting story, I thought. I think there was a movie, wasn't there?
I don't know about a movie.
Yeah, maybe it was just like a made-for-television movie, but I'm pretty sure that made it into some kind of movie form. But yeah, I am totally sold on that, and if they can be true to the roots, which, I mean,
Wolfenstein, I don't think this could be a problem. Look at all the freaky shit that's coming out for it.
Yeah, the first time a guard goes, Verboten! Or Achtung! It'll be amazing. What was the chain gunner? Guten Tag! Tung, 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 tung.
Yeah, around level 10 this starts to get insane.
Yep. Starts to get, I find, rather more difficult at around, I think, level 6.
I was still able to get up to a 500 spree in that level range.
I managed to get up to 900 something in my high scoring run. There's a trophy for hitting 1,000, but I haven't come close to it since.
I wonder if Dr. Eisenfaust will make a appearance. I think that was his name, wasn't it?
This is the recurring Dr. Each game?
I think so, like the
Yes,
crazy
yes,
zombie
he does.
doctor.
Yes, he does.
Orange are really my undoing.
Yeah. The ones that explode when they get too close?
Yeah, and that home and have a ton of health, yeah, they're a problem.
Yes. They actually stop appearing after level 10 or so.
Hmm?
They said they actually stop appearing after level 10 or so.
That
in
is
favor of
not
other
true.
things that are terrible.
Also, yes, the brownish orbs are awful. The ones that just spam stuff.
I officially hate hunter-type mobs. They just drive me insane.
Oh.
Nothing else summons something that permanently sticks around. Like,
But they have like no health.
not always.
Yeah, no, not always.
No.
No.
Like, if they summon a bear or a... Well, okay, so there's two kinds of wolves they can summon. There's the ones that you can kill in one hit, and then there's the ones that are, like, gonna stick around for a while and can summon more wolves. Those are the ones
those are
that
annoying.
suck. But the bears especially, man, they stick around for a while and not the easiest thing in the world. So Warren, have you managed to find any of the higher level motif books?
No, I haven't.
So what I keep hearing is that basically during your second area you can get Primal and Barbaric, and during your third area you can get Daedra and Ancient Elf.
Second area, as in
Like-
the veteran ranking
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, so basically like, guess what? Old Mary for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you get to Ebonheart you can supposedly find the Daedric and the Ancient Elf. And you find them apparently the same way you find the other ones, just by looting everything.
Well, that's good. At least I did something a little more stable with that.
Man, gaming news is getting weird.
Gaming news?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, Japanese companies are actually starting to publish on Steam,
Tuesdays.
which is weird. No, on Steam. Like, Dynasty Warriors for the PC just came out on Steam.
Yeah, I saw that, with like a bunch of extra content. I guess that's
It's the same version
DL
that came out for the PS4.
I was just wondering if like that was DLC stuff that was for that one or not, or if it was just the same version.
It is all of Dynasty Warriors 8, plus some extra stuff that they added for the PS4 re-release.
I've played my share of those games, and I think I'm done with them. Because if you've played one, you've kind of played them all.
Kind of, sort of.
Well,
I
in the
like
same in the same way that if you've played one Nobunaga's Ambition, you've played all versions of Nobunaga's Ambition.
It's true, the story doesn't change.
No, it's kind of the same story. There's more interesting things, but
Rinse of the Three Kingdoms is kind of, you know, a well-known story at this point.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it's just a thing that, you know, okay, you know how it's gonna go, and
I didn't realize until I played one of the games that was terrible that they actually do very, kind of greatly in terms of quality of gameplay. Six, for example, was really, really bad. I bought it because it was the first one for the PS3.
oh man, a frost
Being
troll.
annoying, Ash.
I've been waiting to kill one of these for a
Tiny
while.
Purple.
They only spawn from those other things.
No, the normal size purple.
Oh. Ooh, a grain solvent.
So, okay, I'm trying to see if I remember correctly. All of the BioWare games, like Mass Effect, Dragon Age, all of those, they're fully subtitled, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They have the option to be, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think subtitles are on by default at least in Mass Effect, but yes, they are fully subtitled.
Skopaki entered channel.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
What up, peoples?
Hey, man.
up?
How are you?
Doing well.
Sweet. I am messing around in Cold Harbor until time to do things.
What time is time to do things?
I don't know. I think I got confused, and I think I put down 10 EST when I kind of meant 10 CST, but we'll go with that because yeah.
Are you podcasting tonight?
No, like the Cyrodiil thing.
Oh.
I've probably done a really poor job of advertising it since I really only advertised it over.
You kind of did.
Yeah, well. Look, I've had a busy week. Dealing with a crisis at work today.
Oh,
Yeah, just utter bullshit, but
sounds like fun.
yeah. People freaking out because they don't know what the hell's going on when nothing is really wrong.
Alright, now it's time for the red dudes to start showing up. Who just fly around and look annoying, but actually don't do anything.
The ones that fly around your ship and try to block your shots.
Is that what they're doing?
Okay, this game has to be crazy. Like, I've never even loaded it, but just listening to you describe it, I have
think
no
this
idea
is-
what's going on.
This is Ash trying to gateway drug me into bullet hell shooters.
Really?
No, it's not. I didn't pick that game. I did not even pick that game.
Which one?
Pixel Purge.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to the R-Type remake.
I
Wait,
feel
what?
like the gateway.
Oh my goodness!
I feel like the gateway drug was the one you gave Ash the other day.
No, what just happened, Ash, was my browser reloaded on me because I apparently clicked the wrong thing.
Oh.
I was at 380,000.
See-
I was doing fine.
This is why I'm always really skeptical, skeptical. I don't know. My words are not working. Skeptical.
You got it right the second time.
Yeah, skeptical. There you go. It sounded wrong for some reason. When you say something wrong the first time, it sometimes sounds really wrong the second time. Being a web developer, I know how unstable the web is inherently. And it kind of worries me to try and play a serious game over your browser.
There you go, Ash.
Because stuff can go wrong really easily.
I'm not sure I'd call Pixel Purge a serious game.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like, there's lots of games that are targeting the web right now, and
Like, what's it called? Card Hunter?
well, Card Hunter and Shards and A bunch of other ones. I guess technically City of Steam is web-based, isn't it?
Is it? I thought that was real.
I think
And,
it's web-based, but I don't know. I might be full of shit.
New Dungeon Fighter is supposed to be web-based.
I don't understand why Dungeon Fighter is so popular. I've never
by the
understood
way
that.
shrine, just east of this tower. I'll be fine.
But it's like supposedly one of the more popular quote-unquote MMOs. Isn't it?
Yep.
Which MMO?
It has player counts up there with
Dungeon
LoL.
Fighters.
Oh yeah.
And there's only like the 3 characters, aren't there?
There are 4, but they expand into rather different classes.
I mean, that game is pretty much what if Diablo was a fighting game, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
I had a friend that was really into it, and I don't know. Never got really hooked. This is cracking me up. I'm in this area, and the seducers are dancing. Like the Daedra are sitting here dancing.
Oh, in Cold Harbor?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, they're like spinning around and dancing a jig.
So it's not technically a remake. It's R-Type Dimensions for the PS3. It's coming out.
That's cool.
But that company went out of business. They made R-Type Final.
I don't care. It's another R-Type game.
I wonder who bought the license from Ireme or whatever.
I'm wondering that too, yeah.
The one I want another game from is Darius. That was my personal favorite.
Darius is great.
Gradius. They need to make more Gradius.
Treasure made the last one, so I have every confidence that they can make another one, provided Konami lets them.
They can make like 1944 or 1945.
Treasure is one of those companies that, like, I'll play anything that they come out
I'll play
with.
pretty much, yep, anything they make.
Because even the weird games like Silhouette Mirage were fun.
You played Bangai-O?
Yeah. I think, wasn't that released for the Dreamcast?
I didn't play it for the Dreamcast. I only played it when it was released for the DS and the 360.
Yeah, but it predates those systems by quite a bit.
Yes. It was also for the Dreamcast.
I could not remember if it was on the Dreamcast or if it was on the PlayStation 1.
Nope, Dreamcast. Didn't get a PS1 release.
Yeah, I had like a bunch of games for my Dreamcast. It came out at exactly the right time for me, and like really probably my first MMO experience was Phantasy Star Online of a modern MMO, because then after that I got into EverQuest.
You talking about? Did you play Phantasy Star Online on Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like an adapter that let me hook up a keyboard.
Yeah. And then you also had like a choice between the broadband and modem adapters. Everybody had modems at the time, obviously.
Yeah, like I just had the modem because I had dial-up, but it worked well.
Well,
And it was 56K.
Like you couldn't get the broadband adapter without like special ordering it in the United States. It was common in Japan and stuff like that, but that's because broadband was readily adopted in Japan.
That game was so weird too. Like, what were the little pets? I can't remember the name of them.
Oh, yeah.
Mags?
Mags, yeah. And you could like actually see them on the little memory card.
Yep. The one more of the VMU's little Tamagotchi type thing.
Yeah, and if you popped out the VMU thing, you could actually like play with it like it was Tamagotchi.
Oh yeah. And like, you know, obviously the best example of that was Sonic Adventure.
Oh, it's so good to see a familiar.
Because they had the little eggs, and you could eventually hatch the eggs, and you know, your little creature take care of it.
My inventory
The
is full.
worst example of the Tamagotchi was Effin' Seaman.
Oh god, I hated that game.
Yeah, because that one, like, literally, if you were going anywhere, you better take your VMU, or else.
Or you'd come back and Seaman had died.
Yep. It was bullshit. It was like. I'm trying to think. Oh, I remember. Like one of the more interesting games on Dreamcast was a cross between RPG and bullet hell shooter, being Armada.
We'll have some questions for you.
I remember Armada, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, like I don't think there's ever been anyone else that's like, you know what, that's a great idea. RPG meets bullet hell shooter. You know?
Actually, there's a DS game that essentially used that concept.
Well,
Tyrion?
Tyrion is older than that.
Yes, I know.
It's also not a bullet hell shooter.
So that begs the question, what would be the first bullet hell shooter? Because really, if you think about it, like Gradius and that, they weren't really bullet hell at that point.
I think credit goes to Don Pachi. A game which I did not play and have not played.
Yeah, Gradius and that was shooter. Like the first quote unquote shooter starts, I guess, kind of realistically with Space Invaders.
Well, I can remember Gradius wasn't bad, but Parodius was it was kind of bullet hell. Like
Yeah.
If you want to get
No, they kept getting more like you had Gradius, then R-Type, and then like freaking what was the one that came out? I'm trying to think of the name of it. When Gradius went R-Type, it was
Darius?
no, it was on Super Nintendo. It was like one of the big games on Super Nintendo when it first came out because it did a lot of things with like parallax scrolling.
Axlay?
Axlay, there you go.
Yeah, Axlay was that Konami as well?
It might have been.
I
don't know.
I don't think there were any follow-ups to Axlay. I think it was just a one-off.
It was a one-off because like it got it. Okay, so way before people were enjoying crazy ass difficulty, Axlay was like the first one just to straight up do it and be like, "Suck it up." You know?
Axlay was a game all about let's play with Mode 7. Let's do everything we can with Mode 7.
Much like Super Castlevania.
Because like stuff would scale on screen and
It was actually a really good game, but it was incredibly difficult.
A lot of the early Game Boy Advance games feel like that. Like, we found sprite rotation. Let's use it.
rotate all the things.
Yeah, sprite rotation was like a selling point on the Super Nintendo. Like, Mode 7.
I tell you, one of my
Halloween.
favorite Game Boy games for the original Game Boy was also one of the weirdest. Do you remember the first Batman game for the Game Boy?
Yeah, the Batman movie game you talking about?
Yeah, because it had like a side scroller and a driving sequence and a bat jet sequence where you're shooting stuff down. It was the weirdest game.
Original Game Boy games. There's this combination of a fighter and an RPG for the original Game Boy that I really liked, called Power Quest.
I vaguely remember that.
Well, like fighter RPG combos were always very interesting. Like the most interesting version of that entire type of genre I've ever played is probably Tabal and Tabal number 2. Because like it was just like Square just going batshit insane. It's like, let's make these really weird ass games that probably should never be sold in America, but we're gonna do it anyway.
And so the game that I played a lot of that really didn't deserve playing was Air Guys.
Oh God, yes.
It was a horrible fighter because it would let me play as Cloud and Sephiroth. And I think
And you waited till the Dissidia games or something.
it was like Barrett too, wasn't it? Or was it
I don't know.
Sid? There was somebody else from Final Fantasy that
Might
was
have been
in
Vincent.
I tell you two fighting
Maybe.
games that I spent way too much time playing, and they were really bad. And I freely admit they were really bad nowadays and stuff like that. But you couldn't tell me that like when I was playing them. Was the Star Wars fighting game for the PlayStation? Masters
Oh
of
my
the
god.
Sky.
Yeah, that was a
And-
horrible game, but it was awesome because it was Star Wars.
Yeah, and the Dungeons and Dragons fighting game for the PlayStation.
I don't remember that one.
Oh god, it was bad, dude. It was really bad.
Do you remember
But it was
Thrill
Dungeons
Kill?
and Dragons, so I used to play it. Yes. That was one of those games that's like, thank God this didn't come out on the PlayStation. You can get pirate copies.
Yeah. It was horrible, but like it was only memorable because it was so brutal, and that was during that phase where everything has to be drenched in blood.
Yeah, yeah. The mid '90s,
Right
like
after
our
Mortal
society is
Kombat
going
came
to
out.
complete shit.
Yeah, this took that whole thing to new levels. Like, you know, there was like torturalities and stuff.
Yes. It was horrible.
There was
like
the
all,
Oh god,
weirdest.
that game.
Yeah, that one.
All the characters had zero redeeming qualities. Zero. Like, because by zero I mean like the entire game is set in hell, and you were basically damned to hell.
Yeah, like it's like serial killers and you know all kinds of horrible cast of characters. And
Kind of like, what's that car game?
Oh god.
Twisted Metal?
Twisted
Yes.
Metal, yeah. Yeah, like that entire era, like the era of Twisted Metal and
Twisted Metal is actually pretty good.
yeah, but Twisted Metal was
Not
like,
everybody in that game was a complete and total waste of flesh.
The
yeah,
vast
just
majority
most
of them were.
yeah.
The first and second game was a 50-50. Actually, I'd say 30-30-30 because basically
I remember thinking
are
that,
neutral endings.
Axel was decent, but he
I
had a terrible
remember-
ending.
thinking
Yeah, he
the
did.
clown was awesome.
Sweet Tooth was an asshole.
Yep.
Sweet Tooth was terrible.
Spectre got screwed on a number of occasions.
His Twisted
Yeah.
Metal 2 ending is kind of shitty.
Who's?
Spectre, if I remember correctly.
His first one was no better. You get to be stretched out into the size of the sky, so everybody
That's
can
two.
see you. That's two? I thought that
Yeah.
was one.
That's the one I'm remembering.
Yep.
And I didn't play one, so has to be his 2. Alright, now that I've depleted your health bar 3 times, will you finally die?
what are you fighting?
A boss in Alakir.
I am
Oh, okay.
near enough to a way shrine
I
if you
get
need
how
some help.
Orange works now.
Well, no, he wasn't bugged, it just took me a while.
Okay, Orange explodes if you get near it.
Yes.
I was thinking it explodes if you kill it.
No.
That makes
Even so,
Orange
the
a little
threshold
bit more
for ne-
manageable.
Threshold for near is way farther than it should be.
By the way, that is the thing that is not true about this game in bullet hell shooters. Your hitbox is way bigger than you.
Yeah, huh? Gradius 5 pretty much went on to be full on bullet hell. Like, okay, it's okay on the first loop, but if you can beat the game,
Yeah, but by the time Gradius 5 came out, Ikaruga existed.
I don't think that's true.
Ikaruga came out on the Dreamcast.
Did it?
Yes. The GameCube
I only remember it coming out on
and
the GameCube.
the GameCube and Xbox versions were ports.
Didn't come out on the original Xbox.
Okay, I guess the 360 then. But yeah, those were
Yeah.
ports. It originally came out on the Dreamcast. It came out
Treasure
late.
actually did Gradius 5 after Ikaruga. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, yeah. It came out late in the cycle, so it was one of those last great games for the Dreamcast. I remember being excited when it came out for the GameCube because it would finally see the light of day. I don't even know if it ever got an official release over here, though.
Lady Garuda?
Well, no, on the Dreamcast. I don't know if it actually got released in the United States.
It did not, no. Looking at dates, it hit in Japanese arcades in 2001, Dreamcast in 2002, and then it hit the GameCube in 2003, everywhere. Oh, you can get it for Android devices now.
That's got to be messed.
Who the fuck would play that on Android?
Cave keeps putting out bullet hell shooters on
Android.
touchscreen devices, Android and iOS.
Once you have a controller with them, it's fine.
Wow.
And Mako Unlimited 2 started out as an iOS game.
Really?
Yep.
Do you control the thing by swiping it around?
I have no idea.
I think those games require a level of precision I would not expect from an iOS device.
Why not?
So, at the graduation last weekend, I was watching a kid play a version of, what's the DC fighter?
Injustice.
Injustice on, like, an Android tablet.
Yeah, there's a Android and iOS version of Injustice.
That was the weirdest thing to watch.
It doesn't play like a fighter with button tapping. It's all swiping motions.
Yeah, it looked like he was having a spasm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like he was spamming this attack, and then all of a sudden, every so often, he would select something from a menu, and then
It's actually smart because like they did basically design it from the ground up to play that way because it actually controls much better than like other games that basically try to make virtual controls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looked playable, but it also looked like it would wear you out quickly.
I would not. I've never played it myself, but
But he played it throughout most of like a 2-hour-ish graduation, or at least what the part we were there.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, like
I've just seen it like because I have the Xbox 360 and the PC versions, and like so I've seen like them advertise it and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah. Like I just can't play a shooter. I mean a fighter unless I have a joystick and stuff like that. So.
Hello there.
Yeah, I'm done with this game for now.
Oh.
One of my mouse buttons is bound to back.
F5? Oh.
And, like, I can play this game. I'm pretty satisfied in the fact that I can keep up with you. Like, I got to 3.8 million, and I was not even close to dying.
Death I found came rather suddenly. It wasn't like, oh, I took a hit and didn't recover.
So what it was is I was managing, like, I was able to manage a lot of crazy stuff at that point. I was able to manage a screen full of 4 brown blobs because I had figured that pattern out.
okay, so I just noticed that Wabbajack is completely locked.
That just means there's a queue. Doesn't mean you can't join it.
Right, but if we're trying to get a bunch of people in, we may want to guest somewhere else.
Greetings.
What level do you have to be for Cyrodiil?
10.
Oh.
And it bolsters you to 50.
Oh. Okay.
Read it as it bolsters you to level 50 base stats, regardless of what you're actually wearing.
Hmm.
It is
Well,
of great advantage to actually be 50.
Bet I'm not.
And
50
wearing
though.
little figure.
Yeah, but if you're running around with a bunch of people,
Hello
it's
there.
you can offset some of that by sheer numbers.
Finally got all steel armor made for my orc, so. Do I
Optional
just go to-
steps. Recover your follower.
What time are you gonna go to Cyrodiil?
I got it on the calendar for roughly 30 minutes from now.
Okay.
And I remember, now that I think about it, I remember I was trying to allow for some of the West Coasters to be able to do it.
I found a treasure map the other day and completed it. That was kind of cool. Got something useless, but it was still kind of fun.
Treasure chests or treasure maps are just weird. Like, if you complete them at the right level, they're
It's so good to see
massively
a familiar
good.
face. I won't
But
forget what you did for me.
I don't know what the right
And a
level
loyal
is
servant
generally.
can withstand the charge
Right.
of a freedom is a wonderful thing. And I'm the Mages Guild hired Lady Laurent and a few other scholars and treasure hunters for some sort of quite so.
I have not redeemed any of my collector's edition treasure maps yet.
That's excellent news.
Oh, I totally have, but I think I've stopped for the time being.
I have done the ones that I that I picked up randomly. I've found all of those. Just haven't bothered getting the ones out of my alt.
Well, I've got one now for Bankerai, but it's so low level that I'm just gonna dump it in the bank and one of my alts can do it. So, is this a real dungeon or a group dungeon? Abba Loria. About the size, it looks like a normal dungeon.
I'm glad that negate magic doesn't quite work for NPCs the way it works for players.
Attack!
Cause I'd be mildly upset if an NPC dropped a 9-second stun on me.
That'd be painful. And again, you should be able to break it with just doing the 2-button thing.
Yeah. I got Agonate earlier, so yeah. Breaking CC can be useful.
Wow. I'm looking at a picture of a Alliance war where the Aldmeri Dominion controls everything.
Oh, Dawnbrit, or whatever it's called.
The Hope's one? Hope's Fire? Yeah.
Oh, that was Dawnbreaker earlier. Ariel's bow also tends to have this problem.
Isn't that where the Tamriel Foundry people went?
Yes. Handily explaining why it has this problem.
Yeah.
I thought that's where we all went to. It was Tamriel's.
No, we went to Wabbajack.
No, we started off going to Tamriel's bow.
Ariel's bow? No, we didn't.
No.
We specifically said we were going to avoid that one, because it's the first one on the list.
Oh, okay.
Now, some people did do that one. But Wabbajack has turned into the one that everybody fights for some reason. I mean, obviously, you know.
Because it's the Wabbajack?
Because it's the Wabbajack, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you explained that one right there.
This just in. Apparently my push-to-talk key is not my block key. Because I totally just pushed talk and thought I was blocking and was not at all.
I am applying a patch. Patch.
2.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh.
Haven't played in a while. There's been another game that's let me draft. I actually got knocked out in my first round and I felt terrible, but I ran into an incredible, I have to assume either he had incredibly good draws or he has 6 Twisted Fates in his deck. But he was playing Mill and 2 games it was turn 4, 3 Twisted Fates. And I was like,
What
well,
does Twisted Fate do?
whenever he draws a card, you mill the top card of your deck.
Oh. That's a constant, right?
Yep.
Ooh.
Every turn, mill for 3. And then he plays, the 1/3 flyer for 2 and the birds. He had a flock of seagulls, which he got out both games. Did not have an answer to flock of seagulls.
I feel like there aren't very many good answers to Flock of Seagulls. You need actual.
You need direct damage
you need
or
actual
murder.
removal.
Yeah.
You
There are
couldn't get
answers.
away.
But combat damage does not do it.
Yeah, flock of seagulls is nice.
Which mostly means green removal is worthless.
Yeah, I was playing white-blue. It doesn't have many better
Also
options.
doesn't have that.
It would have been okay if I had
Pacify
been able
works.
to draw Pacify, yeah, but I didn't even get any Pacifies in my deck. That might have been a key indicator to me. It's alright, I'm pretty sure I got value out of that draft because
You got a Baneslayer pony.
I got a Baneslayer pony. I need 3 more. Do you
I have 0.
When guilds open up, I'm going to be asking people if they have Baneslayer ponies. I need
People aren't
Baneslayer.
going to know what you're talking about.
Aww. I actually can't even remember its name.
Spearcliff
It's
Cloud
a
Knight.
Baneslayer pony. What?
Spearcliff Cloud Knight.
Spearcliff Cloud Knight, sure. I need Spearcliff Cloud Knights. 'Cause they're silly?
Actually, that might be the other one. That might be the repeatedly nerfed one.
No, that's Aeronaut Guard. Something. Aeronaut Skyguard? Maybe. Aeronaut Phoenix Guard.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Repeatedly nerfed. For
Still pretty good.
reasons.
So, is there an equivalent of the Hypnotic Spectre?
Discard. That makes you discard. I can't remember. There's a way better one which lets you draw when you deal damage and is unblockable and is so good.
Isn't that a gem effect?
What?
Isn't that a gem effect?
Yeah, like you're ever going to put any other gem
No, I
on
mean,
that guy.
The
Yeah.
discard thing.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. But like you're ever going to put any other gem on Eldritch Streamer. I also cracked an Eldritch Streamer. I think that's also going to be value. I also dragged.
When this troop
like,
deals damage to an opposing champion, that champion chooses and discards a card.
what colors?
Blood.
Yeah,
2
see,
blood.
that requires you to be blood and blue.
Or
Blood-
use a
blood is
different
black,
socketed
right?
card. Yes.
Okay, so it is the Hypnotic Spectre, because Hypnotic
Yeah, that's a
Spectre
gem
is black.
effect.
Oh, it's a gem
It's
effect?
a gem effect. Yeah.
Which you can use as long as you have 2 black resources in play.
Is it major or minor?
Major.
It's major. So you can only play it on like one card.
2, really. There's a artifact socketed card.
That's major?
Yes, I think. No, I guess not.
Yeah, you're thinking of the Colossus of Nilzoom.
Yep.
That is also super draftable almost all the time.
I mean, seriously.
Charge!
What kind of deck wouldn't you put it in?
I know, right?
Also, isn't it effigy of whatever?
Yeah, sure, Effigy of Nilzoom.
Man, I swear the Sork Greater Storm Atronach is one of the most overpowered ultimates.
It's very good.
It's quite good.
You know, like, looking at it though, I do, my friend was making a strong case for, the banner.
The banner is good, but you can move out of the banner.
Yeah, but the people who stay standing in the banner also get super buffed.
Okay, step in AFK for a sec.
I feel like when you have a buff area, there's the problem of enemy AoEs placed in your buff area.
Is true. Although you do take a reduced damage, like 30% reduced damage?
That Nightblade ult is actually pretty good for that as well.
Which one?
The one that grants group stealth. It also grants a relatively high amount of damage reduction.
And then there's sorcerers, whose sorcerer is a ton of CC ults, and also lightning, overload, power overwhelming.
Your inventory is full. What useless things are in my inventory? Fishing bait. More fishing bait. pretty sure if I want to do these dungeons, I need to pretend I'm a tank. I don't know why I have this horse.
Advance!
Glad I didn't pay a lot of money for it, because I don't usually remember to use it.
Which horse?
The Imperial horse.
Oh, really? And I've gotten used to using it all the freaking time, but then again, now I have the fast pony. And I would feel bad if I did not use the fast pony.
What fast pony?
There's a 42,700 mount that's... I don't remember how much faster it is.
10% speed increase. Over the standard horse.
Did they ever fix Lesser Circle?
No.
What am I doing here?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm going to have to kind of crisscross this zone looking for quests that I have surely missed. Alec here did not do a good job at guiding me in a coherent path.
Messaging you the ways you gotta go, yeah.
So I feel like Bangkarai is potentially worse.
There's one easy solution to making sure you get all the quests. Go take a look for all the star shards. Because invariably, if there's a star shard, there's a quest nearby.
Well, I will have to do that in a bit.
It sometimes seems like there's too many quests to me. I over leveled the first Glenumbra.
Yeah, you're gonna do that if you do all the quests.
You don't have to do all the quests, but Chivos.
I like, well, yeah, I mean, I got, what is it, like right when I got near the end of Glenumbra when I was doing Crosswitch, I got like the achievement for like 100 quests.
I feel like I was thankful I was overleveled at various points during the game.
Do I have a level 20 story quest? No, I don't.
Story quest is when you keep getting called back to the Harborage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that.
You get them every 5 levels, so they're pretty predictable.
So the level 31 wrecked me, and as a result, I'm kind of gun shy now.
So, we're not going to talk about my story quest, considering I'm 48 and haven't done the 45 yet.
That's not that bad. I'm 38 and haven't done the 35 one yet. Partially because I'm terrified of it.
Well, I'm like a third of a level away from 49. I'm trying to limp by on the gear I'm using, so that way I just make a set for 50. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use the prismatic weapon until 50 because Daedra and Undead.
Anyway.
Daedra and Undead.
What is the weapon metal quality at level 50?
I want to say it's Ebon or Ebony. But during one of the quests, you get the prismatic blade, which is like a level 43 epic.
Nice.
It's not actually a level 43 epic.
Well, it was level.
It's actually better than that.
Did anchors get buffed?
Not specifically. Why?
You're not supposed to solo them?
I've got like 4 people here, and we were getting kind of wrecked.
Mm. So people are discovering that emote lists published prior to the game were woefully incomplete.
Woefully what?
Incomplete.
Oh.
Like some people are just now discovering Dance Drunk.
We
Or that there were like
have had help with
5
that
different
one.
sets. It's true, but they also published a list of emotes on the beta forums at some point. I think they're still there.
Well, there's multiple dances too, and I just don't ever remember all the dances.
Your equipment is damaged. How damaged? Oh.
Did you let it go to 0?
I
did that a few times. The funny thing is that you can still actually do a decent job of questing with no armor. I was surprised. Since your weapon never actually breaks.
Yeah. The rest of your stats kind of all tank, though. But I don't think I actually want... Yeah, I can see all the inactive enchants. I don't think I actually want to repair these. I think I want to just make new ones. I mean, after all, I'm in Stormhaven. And the Death's Wind set is crap, so let's make a different set. Someone wants a healer for Darkshade. Should I go?
Totally. You know, it's going to have to be a pretty amazing set for me to stop using Ashen Grip.
Yep. Well, given how many slots there are, I figure I'll just make Ashen Grip on slots I don't have other sets in.
Well, here's the thing, like, I can have 3 different 3-piece sets.
More than that. If you get ones that span jewelry.
Yeah, I guess you're true. I could have 4 3-piece sets, I think.
Yes.
That's insane.
I don't think I'm doing it anymore. But I did have the Warlock set complete on just my jewelry, because I had 2 rings with a Warlock and a pendant.
Apparently people are, like, refusing to take the Warlock set off ever.
It's good.
Oh, right, this quest. Nope. What quest do I
Although-
have undone out here? Oh, right. Nope.
That bad, huh?
The lizard racing quest?
Oh.
Okay, like, I have no clue.
Oh, those are heavy armor pieces. I need to get somebody else to make those.
Okay, how do I convert this to a raid?
What group are you guys? What place are you guesting to?
That's weird, man. There's like a bugged shadow here in where's this? Alcaire Castle.
Okay, so does anybody have a clue how to
I
convert?
think you need to be in Cyrodiil.
What Cyrodiil are we going to?
Let's do Volendrone, just because I imagine we can get everybody in that one.
How do I get there?
So what you want to do is go to L and then the last tab for campaigns, click Volendrone, and hit guest. Or if you...
This zone is Baron's chat. No. No, it really isn't. Can't be Baron's chat. Glenumbra exists.
How do I get there? Transfer though.
You'll get a message.
Oh, okay. So basically, it'll port me there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you... So when you do the guest thing, then just hit E to enter, and then it'll pop you up a message shortly.
It says, "Please wait."
Should get a message shortly.
Dravies entered channel.
Welcome back.
Okay. So how do I get an invite now?
Let me throw one out. Ba-da-ba-dip-do.
Please wait. Hopefully it loads for me this time.
Hail
Also, if you haven't been here yet, do the introduction quest. You have the option to skip it, but don't. Easy way to get a free rank, and therefore a free skill point. Oh, wow. Oh, please, no. Blue Road Keep, are you kidding?
Okay, who else?
I'm here.
Da.
Can you guys invite me?
Yep, I'm working on it.
Alright, I have some alliance points.
Wow, man, we are like really undermanned in this zone.
I'm noticing this.
We're the underdogs here.
Oh.
Yeah, we are.
Flapjack's a little back and forth. This one looks like might be less so.
How do I see where everyone is?
Actually, looks like Ebonheart is actually taking. This one looks like it's back and forth too. Currently, Daggerfall is actually in the lead.
We've just gotten
It's just
wrecked
pushed back
recently,
now. Yeah.
So how do I find out where everyone in my group is?
Are you in Volendrome?
Yes. Oh.
We show on the map. Also, all those various arrows around the edge of your screen. Can I remember where the siege weapon
everyone's in
vendors
base
are?
camp.
Yeah, pretty much. Can I remember where the siege weapon vendors are?
Not off the top of my head.